All right. It's been a while. We were off for 2 weeks, but now we're on the interwebs again.
Woohoo!
And Ellie, how dare you wait until we went live before you posted that? The treachery of images. and Chris posting a totally different image. That is not the same thing, Chris.
However, it's on brand for me.
It is definitely on brand for you, yes. But you're not playing the character with a gunblade this time.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us have a gun.
No.
Not with that attitude.
No one has a sidearm.
Thank you, Aaron.
The barbarian does not have a sidearm.
Yet.
Again, yet.
Okay, hello and welcome to Critical Recovery. This is the 5th edition homebrew Dungeons & Dragons campaign. My name is Crash and I will be your DM for the evening. Tonight I am joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Beth, Chris, Ellie, Io, Jen, and absolutely no one hanging out in chat because we gave Beth a character sheet.
I've been shanghaied.
This was our mistake.
You volunteered for this. And based on the Discord conversations, I am here for this level of chaos. It is kobold adjacent, but not kobold.
Right. Mm-hmm.
This is the second time we have taken our only listener and threw a character sheet at them.
Yep. I was the other one.
Not our only listener. Not our only listener, because there is currently one person who semi-regularly comments on the YouTube videos.
Oh, nice.
And there is also one of our Patreon patrons, Shan, has commented as well via Patreon. So I know that we have 2 listeners who are not directly related to one of the people in the game.
Yay!
To be fair, LFA isn't related to me. They're a friend.
Also, you're right. Okay,
but also
so
I
with
think
that,
they're busy.
I do believe they are also busy because they have not been in chat for a while. So with that said, I know it's been a while, but what happened last time?
Oh. There was a lot of discussion about which direction the goblin should go, and Ryan took her off to get better gear because a chainmail shirt held together by grime did not stand up to prestidigitation, and the sword was broken.
I was muted. I forgot I was muted.
Mm-hmm.
I cast prestidigitation on it, and it
was load-bearing grime.
Yeah.
I also had a really weird conversation with someone in my dreams. That was interesting.
Right.
Although I was woken up whilst trying to sleep destroy the Iron Stone. So that was a good wake up.
Yeah, there was more than one person that had a dream.
Yeah.
In my defense, I'm not good with kids.
Do you think anyone in this party is going to be good with kids?
Probably
Emerson probably would have been just fine with kids.
Emerson would have been fine. The rest of us, this is going to be a train wreck.
Although Emerson had a dream that's sending him to De Perfecta. So he's not going to be around.
I'm just saying Ryan's understanding of kids is basically the 0 to 5 range, or basically an adult. Ryan does not understand kids.
Oh, you're old enough to go to school now.
Or they're a tiny adult.
What, you mean there isn't a time skip from when they're like in pre-K to when they have graduated high school? We don't do that? Oh no. Oh no. There's a lot of awkward years coming up, and I don't mean for the child. Quincy, by the way, is excellent with kids. Of course, Quincy is a celestial dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the best of doggos. So good a doggo that he's literally a celestial. And I believe a lead-lined box was quickly commissioned.
Yes,
last session as well.
Because if the Iron Stone is destroyed, apparently, according to the person in my dream, we all screwed.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure that the lich that invaded your dreams was totally on the up and up.
Yep.
based on your rolls, you believe that too.
Yes, I believe it was like a natural or something.
Yeah, there may be an ulterior motive on top of everything, but you're fairly certain that everything you were told was accurate so far as your human consciousness can understand.
So I don't want to destroy anyone, so let's just put that somewhere that makes it harder to be spied on and all that jazz. It's safe.
I appreciate that the person who posts more murder gifs than anyone other than me in the Discord is the one saying, I don't want to destroy anyone.
Sandrin doesn't mean Chris don't. And I point you directly to this gif. Why?
I appreciate that when we eventually switch to communication only through memes, most of us will be ready for it.
Oh, I have been ready for it for years.
Yes. So
Surprise
with that
Pikachu
said...
gif. Sorry.
No. This is not the group where you need to apologize.
Not at all.
The only group where less apologies would be needed would be the Monday group. With that said, we're doing a slight bit of time skip to avoid the travel. You're fast traveling, basically. Even though you haven't been at this location
Oh, good.
before.
No more road trip.
I mean, there's still a little bit of a road trip, but adventures happen. We'll come back to them later, maybe. They might just involve Burp found a squirrel. No, spit that out. I don't know.
Oh.
We cook the squirrel.
Someone needs to
We
feed the
cook
child.
it. We're gonna cook it.
Crunchy.
I will show you how to cook the squirrel.
Okay. Ham's tail?
Yeah, you can have the tail.
Yay!
There's very little meat on that. It's mostly fur. We were having a conversation beforehand about how soon it'd be until Burp got a hairball.
Well, there
so
we go.
once you get to the long road, which is a road that is called that because it is quite literally the longest road in all of Circulus. It goes from one end to the other of this crescent-shaped continent. Emerson wishes you the best and heads towards De Perfecta, and the rest of you turn in the exact opposite direction of Emerson and head towards, I don't know. That's actually the name of the town. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember this.
Don't get it.
Yeah,
Don't
the
Character
players
does not,
remember.
the player does.
Yes, there were three settlements. There was Husan, which was a dwarven mining community, which was destroyed by kobolds. There was Watson, which is now known as Crater. So guess what happened to that place?
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the third town of Idaknow, which was settled by two predominant families, the Abbots and the Costellos. That was destroyed later.
By the Abbots and Costellos?
No, by a rampaging band of gnolls.
Oh.
Yeah, that seems to be a problem around here. Anyway, about 5 years ago, an enterprising young kobold, who happened to also be a follower of Ogma, started building libraries everywhere. And one of the first library branches that was built outside of Coomridge happened to be upon the ruins of Idaknow, because it's right there. It's on the long road. It gets a lot of traffic. And it was fairly close to Coomridge, so it was easy to take a short trip to get there and back again if you were someone who wasn't a level 19 character who could just go wherever the heck you wanted to go. Now, as it was built to be a bit larger than the previous town that was there. Also, it was given walls because while information should be freely given, that is one of the tenets of Ogma, at the same time, gnolls are a problem for the sanctity of books. So it has walls. It has an outer wall inside which there are multiple residences and a blacksmith shop, and there's an inn, and there's a day spa. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, apparently there's a day spa. Don't ask me why, but they built one. It's on the long road. People will pay money for stuff like that. Then there's the inner wall, inside which is the main library structure itself, which looks very much like a castle. It's got a bunch of towers and everything, but it is, in fact, a very large library. And that is where Teriush has decided to send the party, because that Ironstone is a weird little thing that we'd like to find more about and possibly find out how to not destroy it, which is an odd turn of events from most magical items that can destroy the world.
Okay.
Also, bonus points to Beth. You already have advantage, so not advantage, inspiration. But saying "Knoll kidding."
Right.
Nice.
Do not lick the Ion Stone.
This is also a conversation.
Stone.
Also, do not
It's
lick
not
the
an
box that the
Ion
Iron Stone is in.
Do not lick the Ion Stone. There's a U in it, but also don't lick the Ion Stone either because it probably has science in it.
Also, don't lick the EO. They don't like that.
I have not been able to lick EO for a very long time, and even then it was usually, you lick the thumb and you rub off the dirt.
No.
We are one step away from seeing an album of baby photos.
I was just thinking that.
Oh, I have baby photos. I even have them online.
Oh, no.
I have a ton of baby photos of my nephew, and we can compare. But never mind about that.
I have baby photos of my niece.
I am not
because
embarrassed
go with
by baby
comparing.
photos.
This is true. That's because they're adorable in baby photos.
So, with that said, you are now entering the city. Not even city. It's still kind of a town. It's just larger because fortifications take up more space. And there's a very large library right in the middle of it. You are now entering the town of Idaknow, or New Idaknow, as some people have chosen to call it. Some people can't make up their minds whether to call it Idaknow or New Idaknow.
We can
Who is
see the
Ida?
library from where we are.
You could see the library from about a couple miles away.
Okay, the second that library was in view, Thandrin's face just lit up with glee.
You had to be told it was a library and not a castle, but yes. All right. So you've gone through the outer walls, and it looks like you've entered pretty much any other small town you've entered. There is it's not city foot traffic, but it's town foot traffic. There's a bunch of people that are out doing their morning jobs or whatever. There's one person telling people to bring out their dead. That's not true. That's not happening. And I'm assuming, unless you tell me otherwise, that you make a beeline. Well, actually, no. I'm assuming that you're either going to make a beeline towards the inner walls because you really want to deal with this library thing, or you're going to make a beeline towards the inn to get rooms because it's been a long trip and you like to sleep somewhere that isn't the ground. You take your pick, or your third option.
Who wants to sort out the
Porridge,
rooms?
porridge,
I want to head
porridge.
straight to the library.
Porridge?
I will sort out the porridge.
Porridge!
I will head straight to the library. I'll meet you guys out. And I just start backpedaling off and then start turning sprint.
Okay, goodbye. See you later.
Enjoy the library.
This is the first time that he has had a chance to go to anything that is just books for a very long time. He is super
Well,
excited.
not too long, because you ended up in the Goblin Village because you
Yes.
were in a library for which this is a branch office.
Yes, so he already knows what this place has got and what it's capable of, so super
Yes, it's
excited.
capable of you open up the wrong book and you end up falling into a Goblin Village.
Yeah. but that is cool.
Okay, so
Okay.
you get up to the inner walls, and there is a gate going across them. It's a rather fancy gate. It appears to be made of bronze, not iron, but there is a gate.
Any people around here next to the gate?
There's no one set to be a guard for the gate, but there are a few people that are walking on the other side of the gate, you can see.
I just kind of
They appear to be wearing various colored robes.
try and hail one over.
You can try to flag one down.
Yo, Sue, excuse me, can I get a little help over here?
Oh, I think I got confused. Never mind.
Sure. Can I help you?
How do I get in? I'm looking to get to the library.
Oh, okay. So, the head librarian needs to approve you. That's all.
Oh, right. How do I speak to him or her? Or them?
I can go let them know. Sorry about this. There were some Knoll attacks recently, so they kind of amped up security. Also, there was an incident where someone in a library ended up making a little model castle out of the books, and so now everyone needs prior approval. You're not going to build a castle out of books, are you?
No. I would like to read books and do a little research.
Okay. I didn't think you would, but I thought I would ask because it happened. Not at this library, mind you. These rules went out through all the various branches. But
No,
okay.
that's fair. I now I get that. That's entirely fair.
I mean, why would someone do that with books? I don't get it. But whatever. I'm gonna go let them know, and they'll come out and probably just approve you. It's a formality thing, and that'll be good. All right. Oh, by the way, why are you here exactly?
Looking to do some research on a few magical items.
Oh, okay, sure. That's probably not going to be a problem. All right, I'll be right back. And they go into the central building.
I did not lie.
You did not lie. And they didn't even make an insight check. They took you at face value.
They didn't even ask my name, which was weird.
Well, they weren't the one checking you out. That's going to be the head librarian who's about to come out.
Okay.
So the door to the main structure opens up, and a rather impressive-looking green-scaled dragonborn in red robes just sort of comes out, stands in a way where it looks natural to them, but to anyone looking at them, it looks like they're striking a pose. They look around, and then they stand to the side to make way for the smallest, most elderly kobold you have ever seen.
Hello.
You're going to have to wait a while. He's kind of hard of hearing. What? I was talking to our guests. Oh, well, show me the way. Just keep walking straight. You've got this. Oh, okay. And I'm not going to talk for as long as this takes, but it's a nice little walk of step, step, tap, step, step, tap, because this kobold is walking with a cane. They have no facial hair because kobold, but you imagine that if they did, they'd have a very long white beard that they would be in constant danger of tripping over. They have several sets of spectacles that are all held by chains around, like fine chains, like reading glasses, around their neck. And they just slowly walk towards you. And eventually, they get to their side of the gate, and they hold up one pair of spectacles and put it up to their eyes, and they squint, and they look through the bars. And now, who exactly is on the other side of the bars? There's Thandrin, and it sounds like Morley.
What everyone else did.
What's that?
Sorry. What?
I was saying, I know I sprinted. I don't know if anyone else followed.
Well, based on what Jen said, I'm pretty sure Morley is here also.
Okay, yeah. I think I just got confused all the way through. But yeah, let's do that. It makes sense.
It sounds like Rhine and Burp went off to the inn.
So did Zuda.
Okay. So right now it's just Morley and Thandrin. So this kobold holds up the spectacles, and they squint, and then they put the spectacles down. They pick a different set of spectacles, and they hold those up instead. Oh, much better. So what can I do for you, young lady?
I look around. You mean me? I am not a lady.
No, the young lady over here.
Definitely also not a lady, but hello.
The Dragonborn gently puts a hand on the kobold's shoulder and turns them about 35 degrees.
Bless.
Oh, so sorry.
Hi.
What can I do for you?
My name is Thandrin. We are here to potentially utilize the resources of their library to do a little research on a few magical items.
Oh, certainly. You're not going to build a castle out of the books, are you?
No, I'm...
No, of course not. Who would do such a thing?
No,
It happened. It happened.
Happened?
Yes. Not in this branch, mind you, but the messaging went out that we had to ask now, because somebody did it.
Where was the previous branch that I utilized?
You were in the main branch under Coomridge.
Main and Coomridge. Wait, if there was in a branch in Coomridge, why did we come here?
Because Coomridge is a further trip.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I've utilized these libraries before. I was in the main branch in Coomridge. This is the closest one.
Oh, fantastic. Well, they're linked, you know. We have these books that let you go from... They're magical, and they let you go from one branch to another. No, we don't have those anymore. There was a problem with getting the coordinates right, remember? Oh, yeah.
I think I utilized one of those.
Oh, and you lived. Fantastic. Well, I don't see the problem here. So, Bookworm, go ahead and let them in.
We have
Certainly.
3 other allies that are just at the local inn setting rooms up for us. Would they be able to come in as well?
Well, I don't see why not. They're not going to build anything out of the books, are they?
I hope not, no.
Okay.
I will ensure
I've been told to ask that, you know.
Yes. Well, you have asked the question, so...
Okay.
We will ensure that they respect the library.
Fantastic.
I just lean over to Morley. We might have to tie up Burp.
Possibly.
The books might be licked. I love this game so much. Okay. And yes, to respond to what was written in the chat, this ancient kobold has referred to the Dragonborn as Bookworm. Wyrm.
Okay.
And, they do in fact have a little patch emblazoned on their robe, but it doesn't say Bookworm. It actually says Valanaster. So maybe it's a nickname, maybe it's a first name, whatever. The
title.
Possibly. Although, if it's a title, it's not one that Thandrin heard the last time Thandrin was in one of these libraries. Right. So, I will get Mr. Thumbcrush back to his morning routine, and we'll see about getting you the paperwork you need. It's very trivial, but we'll get you all your library cards.
Not a problem. Wait,
Okay.
do I have a library card for the old library?
Actually, you already do, yes.
Yeah, can I just do that?
You can certainly pull that out and show it, yes.
You don't need to get paperwork for me.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that's actually good for anyone you come in with, so you're good then.
Never mind then.
Come on, Master Thumbcrush, let's go. Right. Did we ask them about building castles out of the books? Yes, we did. And they hobble off. Well, one of them walks proudly. The other one goes step, step, tap, step, step, tap.
Party. If anything happens at this library, we must defend this kobold with our lives. Nothing can happen to this
I'm
kobold.
not there, but I agree.
For the record, their full name is Torrent Thumbcrush, and they have a backstory.
I love him.
Because of course they do.
So much. I love him so much.
They are actually the last kobold of their clan. They have outlived everyone else.
Oh,
They are the second oldest kobold that I have ever RP'd.
and we know who the first oldest is.
Yes, he was definitely a kobold.
Definitely a kobold. Definitely.
Any spells that would be cast to determine what he is would definitely reveal that he is a kobold. He's seen to that.
He's
Still one of the most insane characters you've ever made.
What, this character right now or Monty?
No, Monty.
Well, yes. Well, to be fair, I got a tiny little seed of inspiration from a certain kobold's backstory.
I love it when you get little seeds of inspiration.
And
Me
also,
too.
I think you said that the name was initially an accident, and then...
Well, it was a combination of things. Because in the backstory, you referred to Monty as, who we know as Monty as the Mountain Core. And Monty, Mountain Core, there's a similarity there. But
Yeah,
also, I have a habit of naming characters after family names.
Yes.
And Montgomery is a family name.
And then I said that it was not a subtle name.
I believe the
100%.
exact words that were uttered when Monty revealed that he was the Mountain Core by turning into the Mountain Core and punching the Tarrasque in the face. Were,
Spit!
the exact words were, "You're not subtle,"
Yeah.
and they were yelled.
Anyway, that was a completely different campaign, and, well...
Yes, but I love Trips Down Memory Lane, and I remember saying in episode 0 that this whole campaign would be a trip down memory lane. I have not deviated very far from that. I am concerned that there is a Reddit thread about things that you should not lick. And how dare you, Ellie, how dare you post that somewhere where the person playing Burp can see it?
Bucket list.
Also, with that said, Zuda has inspiration. So, you quickly notice that there are 3 color robes that are worn in this library. Bookworm and Thumbcrush are both wearing red robes. It looks like most of the people wandering around are wearing blue robes, but every now and then you see someone wearing an orange robe as well.
Sorry to interrupt. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you now.
Hello.
Okay. My ring wasn't lighting up. I just wanted to make sure.
Ah, okay.
Well, this is the first time I've heard you, so I didn't hear anything you said before, but I hear you now.
Okay.
One of my favorite parody commercials had someone at their desk saying, yes, 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 over a time lapse, and then finally just start screaming and yelling, yes, I hear you, why are you doing this to me? And then it cuts to the Verizon guy saying, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. 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 So, you're in the library. There is absolutely no one here giving you a tour.
Well, clearly that means you should give yourselves a tour.
Do I remember how this place? Do I remember how these places work?
Well, this is not laid out at all like the library you were in before. That library was underground in the middle of a kobold warren, and this library is above ground, and you've only seen 1 kobold so far.
So where do we start?
Excellent question. Can I try and determine where? Let's see.
By the way, Thumbcrush is only about 3/4 of the way to the door.
Oh, no.
You haven't
Can I
been
try-
standing there very long.
Can I try and determine the books that would look like they are orientated on
You're still in the courtyard.
phylactery?
You don't see any books because they'd be exposed to the elements if you could see them from here.
Oh, I thought you said we were inside.
You're inside the gate to the inner wall. You are now in the section that is considered the library, but you're still in the open air. You haven't gone into any structure, of which there are several.
Right, well, we should probably wait for the others so they don't struggle to get in.
Cut to the inn, and a very bedraggled-looking employee who's saying, "You want how much porridge?" Is not an amount.
Porridge!
I'll buy a bowl of porridge and we'll go from there.
You know what? Here, it's on the house.
Thank you! No, on
Just
me.
don't put it-
Not house.
No, don't put it on you. It goes in you, not on you. Here. Do you need a spoon? You didn't need a spoon. Okay.
Nope.
That's
It's okay, I have prestidigitation.
okay. I'm a little concerned about the bite marks, but it's not the first set of bite marks in that bowl. Perhaps the first set of goblin bite marks, though. And Chris, you have posted the image. I'm going to say that is the exact image of this inn employee, who does in fact believe that Agma is testing them right now.
That is the vibe I was getting.
They're used to the occasional merchant caravan, frequent people who are here for research purposes. They are a certain clientele that are not goblins, and definitely not little goblin children. This is a new experience for them. And that Matt Mercer GIF is just evergreen for any of my campaigns. I've already favorited it. I can't favorite it again. And I just realized he's wearing a shirt with his name on it.
Yeah, it's the one with all the Campaign 1 characters and then Mercer at the top because he's the DM.
Okay, so porridge has been had. Is there anything else you want to do?
More porridge? Please, sir, may I have some more?
Oh, no.
Suddenly, the entire inn breaks out into song about someone named Oliver. You don't quite understand what's happening. This is not true. This is not true. This is not what's happening.
Burp is not a bard. Burp does not have the power of making everyone do a musical number with her.
Probably not in general. I don't think Burp has good charisma.
It does occur to me that if Burp did take levels in Bard, then Burp could be the fabled class known as a Barbarian.
True. But I'm just thinking that a barbarian who starts off with a few, an Eldritch Blast or two as a ranged weapon would be hilarious. Decisions. It'll be a while.
You'll just have to have a conversation with the only other warlock that you know about who would make a good patron. That'll go over very well. I love everything about this. So, cut back to Thandrin and Morley.
Hello.
You have, I will say at this point, you've managed to flag someone down. They were able to point you in a direction that kind of made sense for, oh yeah, there's probably like a card catalog over here.
Great.
And you are in front of not the largest card catalog you've ever seen, because remember, this is a branch office. But as a monk of the Cobalt Soul, you understand how card catalogs work. This is, however, a particularly large one.
Okay, I'm looking for anything on lich phylacteries. I'm looking for powerful magical items, and looking for identification magics.
Give me an investigation check.
I'm good at these. That's a 13, so 21.
Okay, so you find an embarrassment of riches. There's lots of books that relate to this. Now, some of these books are labeled PR, and some of them are listed OS. Some of them are listed as both.
Do I know what that means from the time in the last library?
PR means permission required, and OS means off-site. There are, however, some books that are not labeled as off-site, but like for the things you're looking for, you're asking for very dangerous knowledge. So permission is required.
Yes, no, that's fair. Can I, amongst the list that I found, cross-reference to try and determine which ones will have? I mean, I'll keep this list that I've created, but then I'll cross-reference that to try and determine which books have both or all three of those in it.
Give me another investigation check. This one's going to have a higher difficulty setting.
That's a 27.
You know, I raised the bar, so you jumped higher. Okay, well, the good news is you do have a shorter list. You already had a short list, now it is shorter. The bad news is all of those books on the shorter list are labeled both permission required and off-site.
All of them are both, okay.
Yes. And give me a second here. Why don't I open up all the character sheets before we start playing? No, I don't need to do that. Besides, I have too many tabs open as it is. And I'm not going to need to look anything up.
Of course not. No, never.
Okay, wonderful. Your passive perception is high enough. You are very much aware that somebody is staring at you.
Without looking away from the list, can I help you?
You don't get a response.
I don't get a response?
No.
I mean, if you're going to stand there and stare and not introduce yourself, it's a bit rude, mate. Morley,
what are you doing?
I am looking around to see who Thandrin is talking to.
Okay. Well, they're not really trying to hide. It's... Hold on a second. I have a description in my notes. What if I took a look at that? So they are a decrepit, gray-bearded dwarf, and they are wearing orange robes, and they are holding a very heavy-looking square book bound in black leather close to their chest, and they're kind of like biting their lip and looking very nervous. And when, like, after a moment where they realize that, yes, you have acknowledged their presence, they start to sort of lurch towards you, but they're the book looks very heavy, and they are kind of wheezing and gritting their teeth as they lurch towards you and hold the book out in front of them, sort of just shove it in your general direction. Does either of you attempt to take it from their hands?
I can try.
Oh, I won't even require a roll. If you say that you're going to take it, that's great. If you say, no, I'm going to avoid it, then they're going to just lurch forward and drop the book. Because... Okay. So it's up to you.
Okay, I will try to take it before it falls to the floor.
Okay, you definitely get your grip on the book as they fall down.
Oh no.
I'll check if he's okay.
He is not. It does not require a roll to realize that he has, in fact, just expired.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
It might have been a very heavy book. Well, actually, no, it doesn't seem that heavy, and he's a dwarf. But he also looks very old.
I look at the cover of the book to see what he has handed us.
And I'm looking for any injuries, any wounds, anything that would have indicate cause of death.
Give me a medicine check.
Nope, that's 4.
So you don't see any wounds. You don't see any markings. And I have shared an image of the book. Now, I know that my description said it's black leather, and that book is obviously brown leather. But,
close enough.
Yeah, I'm assuming some artistic license from the artist, because if you are depicting a book with black leather, that means it's very hard to show any detail of the leather. It's just this black void in print.
Okay.
So, which led to a lot of problems with depicting the drow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a lot of problematic problems.
I see.
With depicting the drow. And,
okay, well, Morley has an eldritch invocation called Eyes of the Runekeeper. I can read all writing.
Oh, fantastic. Also, this is written in common. Well, kind of, sort of. The weird thing about it, as you flip through the book, is it appears to be written in common, except there are no C's in the book. Maybe the person who wrote the book had something against the letter C, you don't know, or maybe that was just the dialect. But anywhere there would be a C in common, so far as you understand it, there is either a K or an S.
Oh, it has alternate spellings. Must be very old.
And I kind of feel that way about the letter C sometimes.
Someone whose name begins with a C, I am offended.
Fandrin has no idea what you're talking about.
I would like to very quickly look around and just see if there's anyone here.
In this particular spot of the library, there isn't, but you do hear there are people nearby. They're just not within line of sight.
Molly, watch him. I'm going to go around to where I can see these people and just start yelling, "We need help over here."
Okay, I will sit down next to him. And
as soon as you say you need help, there's several staff who come running.
Only someone had sended. Or if only we hadn't split the party.
Right.
Well, I said to meet us here, so I thought you were coming.
No, but
meanwhile, cut to the inn where there is a growing stack of chewed-on bowls, formerly filled with porridge and now licked clean, on a table.
How much porridge can a small goblin eat?
Give me a Constitution save, Burp.
Oh, no.
Constitution, how do I do the roll?
On your character sheet.
What's your Constitution?
16.
And you're a barbarian, so you'll be proficient in con saves. Take a look at the saving throws on your sheet. What does your con 1 say there?
Now, you've got your stats across the top, but there's also a box that's underneath where it says Strength, Dexterity, and Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
There
and that box has all your saving throws. So if you click on where it says con for that, it's going to roll a die for your con save.
Ooh, it does.
If you right-click it, it'll give you advantage and disadvantage options as well.
She got an 18.
An 18 passes, which I don't have a very high difficulty setting for eating porridge. Especially when I kind of yes-anded to say how much porridge was eaten.
I feel like Burp has expertise in eating porridge.
If you don't eat really fast, as much food, you don't grow big, because everyone else eats the food.
Considering Burp's childhood, this makes total sense. So your stomach feels like it's a little upset with you for attempting to eat this much porridge at once. It might be that you have to store the porridge in places other than your stomach. Possibly your esophagus. No, that didn't work out so well last time. But you might actually be full of porridge at this point.
Done. See? Burp will gesture at the stack of bowls and go, amount of porridge, yes.
Yeah, good job, kid. So, want to go see what trouble Fandrin's getting up to?
As long as I've arranged the rooms, then yes.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
We will say that you've arranged the rooms with a portion of the somewhat nebulous amount of gold that we still have available in Ryan's backpack of not holding. I say not holding because it's very obvious that Ryan is carrying around a lot of something metallic inside the backpack. with every step.
And this is why I have disadvantage on stealth rolls. Actually, my armor is why I have disadvantage on stealth rolls, but,
Also, there was a point where you were traveling without your armor and attempted to be sneaky, and that still didn't work out well. But let's ignore that.
yeah, I rolled a 2.
Oh.
So, and Quincy is there also, by the way. Quincy helped lick the bowls clean.
Oh.
Yes.
I am going to surreptitiously prestidigitate the bowls.
Oh. Does Ryan have inspiration?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
Because you made me laugh, so that was good. All right, so everyone then travels nonchalantly into the main library structure. You do that thing that happens like if you're meeting someone, a group of friends at a restaurant, and you say, I'm with this party, they should already be here, and various people point in directions. Only it's a big structure, so you don't always get pointed in the right direction right away. And when you eventually meet up with Thandrin and Morley, you see that they're talking to several robed figures as a stretcher with a blanket covering a bunch of lumps is being carried out.
I didn't do it.
It wasn't me either. Don't give me those looks.
I'm just assuming the party's giving us those looks. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
One could argue
Burp
that
is just
even if
looking
everyone
at
in the party
everything.
says they're
Because-
not giving you those looks, you still feel like they're giving you those looks.
Yes. Exactly.
Is this
So
lost?
we've explained to the robe figures that they essentially walked up to us, handed us a book, and died. That's the long and the short of it.
Okay. Now, the focus is mostly on the death and not the book part. But some of the individuals who are here do have better medicine skills than Thandrin. I'm not saying yours are particularly bad, just that theirs are better. This isn't a competition. It's a game. Wait.
Bad.
So the dwarf's name, they knew him. He was one of the custodial staff. His name was Burin Durnmetal, and he was in fact very, very old. He was taken on kinda, sorta as a charity case, because he was forcefully retired from his previous job, and he should have retired from his custodial job here, to the point where he was being given like very, very little things to do because of how old he was. He should have just been relaxing all day, but he decided not to retire. Something about being a stereotypically stubborn dwarf being told to do something and then therefore deciding that he wasn't going to do that. And also the last time he was told to retire, that didn't end up so well, so he refused. But it's quite possible that he just worked himself to death. Their best understanding is that he probably had a heart attack. Some spells were cast to detect poison. There was no poison detected. And your ability to see if there were any wounds on the body, well, there were no wounds on the body. So they did things like actually checking the neck, which with your, I think it was a 4 you rolled. You forgot that part. But they do check. They lift the beard up and say, yep, nothing here. Yeah, but Morley is still holding the book.
Yes.
Burp will sniff the book and encourage Quincy to sniff the book.
Okay, but don't lick the book. It is very old. It will not taste good at all.
No porridge?
Quincy sniffs
What?
the book and then gives
I
sort of
don't
a half
think-
dog snort.
I don't think a book made of porridge would work very well.
What's the title of the book?
It's
Candlekeep
see.
Deconstruction. Which, Thandrin, give me a history check at advantage.
Say that
Tell me
again.
again what it was?
Thandrin, you're from Faerun, correct? Actually, no, you're from Exandria.
I'm from Alexandria. I
Okay.
didn't even hear
Well,
the name.
so
What's the name?
I
So,
didn't hear it either.
Candlekeep Deconstruction. The image that I shared with you is exactly what the book looks like. So not
okay.
so don't give me a history check with advantage, but give me a history check.
Okay. 15.
That is sufficient. Actually, that is right on the nose for what I wanted. So, as a monk of the Cobalt Soul, and the only member of the party who has been to worlds other than Circulus, you're the only person who I would allow to make this roll. Candlekeep is, in fact, another library. Not this library. It's a library on another world entirely called Faerun. But the Cobalt Soul have heard of this, because the Cobalt Soul do have the ability to send people to other worlds. Hello, you're here.
Yes.
And they have on occasion sent people back and forth between the various monasteries of the Cobalt Soul and Candlekeep. Candlekeep is, you don't know a whole lot about Candlekeep, but the main thing about it is it's a library that welcomes anyone, but the rule is for you to be able to get in, you have to bring them a book they don't already have.
Right.
And the book you bring in is not coming back out again.
Fair. So, seeing the title, I will just say out loud, what is a book from Faerun doing here?
Faerun?
Don't know. Where is that?
One of the blue-robed monks who happen... Well, not monks. I keep saying monk because Vandrin is here. One of the blue-robed librarians says, oh, we have books from all over. I mean, we haven't been getting books from all over recently due to a little bit of an embargo issue. That isn't really our fault, but let's not get into that. But Marwise was very keen on bringing knowledge from across all of known reality. So we got books from all over the place. Some of them aren't originals, to be fair. Some of them are copies, but still good reading. And then they go off to do whatever they weren't doing before.
Okay, that didn't answer a lot, but all right.
I mean,
So,
that's right.
what was he... Where was he bringing this book? Does it need reshelving or something?
He walked over and handed it out to us. So I took it and he keeled over.
Maybe flip through it, see if there's anything in it.
Okay. I'll start looking through it.
Are there any pictures?
Oh, lots of pictures. They're diagrams mostly. But they're diagrams of architecture. Mostly. Anyone who wants to can give me... what check is this going to be? I hesitate to say investigation again, but it feels like investigation is going to be the best thing to roll for this. So
Okay.
anyone who wants to can give me an investigation check as you're flipping through the pages at this
Yeah, I
point.
want to do that. I can probably read it.
Burp, there are pictures.
Where is the investigation check? There it is.
How did the die land under the
Got a 15.
bar? What did I even roll?
You rolled a 17.
I rolled a
If there's any-
I got a
17.
15.
If there's any language issues, Aaron, those are the ones that I can read.
This is written in common with the exception of there are no C's anywhere in the book. Anywhere it would be a C is either a K or an S. And you can even notice that in the image that I shared with you, how the title is. For some reason, you feel like you should read the title with a German accent. You don't know what a German accent is, but you feel like you should read it in that.
Which is kind of hilarious because
Morley
Yeah,
kind of
one of the
has a
lines-
bit of a German accent.
Isn't that a theory about
Not
why people get sick?
not even just that, Jen.
Uh-huh.
The fifth language on that list I just put, Zemnian, Liam O'Brien made up, and it's based in German.
That's nice.
Hence the Mighty Nine, as in the Mighty No.
Oh, yes. I knew that part. Yeah, I knew that part, but I didn't realize. I mean, I could hear it was German because I have relatives that spoke German, but
Zemnian is based on German, yes.
lovely.
And hello, Eric.
Why do I roll well on int checks so often when I have a -1 to int?
Because the dice
Luck.
don't hate you.
The dice don't hate me when I'm making intelligence rolls. The dice hate me when I do other things.
The dice don't hate you when you are hitting a powerful knoll with inflict wounds.
For once,
Just
the
saying.
dice did not hate me when I was...
Anyway, I see 1 failure and 2 passes, but the failure is from the small goblin child. So we're going to move on from that.
Oh,
I apologize. I was distracted. What are we rolling?
Dice are not lying.
Anyone who
Investigation.
wants to take a look at this book to see what's in it.
Is rolling.
Investigation.
investigation.
Okay.
Book has pictures.
It does. Pictures of
pictures.
buildings.
But if we could take a
Many
break
buildings.
at some point soon, that would be great.
Okay.
I'm
You
not
was-
sure those are words.
Now, you rolled a 6 plus 1, not a 1 plus 6.
Critical pictures.
You got 1 better than Burp,
I'm much more concerned with the dwarf.
which is valid. The dwarf
Yes.
is no longer here. He has been carried out. So this book appears to be the blueprints and plans for building a library known as Candlekeep.
Oh.
It is so heavy because it appears to be the plans for building the entire library of Candlekeep.
Including the books.
Does this library's layout seem to match any of the designs?
Not even close.
Okay, just wanted to check.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a fairly decent leap to take.
It was. And then you take a look at the plans for the front gates and say, yeah, that doesn't look anything like this.
I don't think we need to build a library, so...
No, I don't. It
Why
just
would it
seems
be
strange.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's very detailed. Lots of pictures, lots of little drawings next to them. The words are a little strange for common, but it works.
Architecture's interesting.
Sorry, I missed what you said.
The design and architecture is interesting.
I've known lots of people who spell it that way,
Oh, really?
without the C's. Yeah, it's like, makes it simpler.
Oh, okay. That could work, yes. I thought maybe it was much older than the way people write it today. Maybe not.
Actually, in common, the C came first, and then we sort of split it into other things after that.
Who's that?
Well, that was a voice in your head.
In whose head?
Yes.
Oh, god damn it.
What? Hello?
Burp recognizes the voice, because Burp's heard this voice many times before.
So wait, we've all heard this voice? Is that
No,
right?
Burp has heard this voice before.
Okay.
And we all heard it just then.
Oh. Wait a minute.
Did everyone hear
Where's
that?
Burp heard the voice
Wait a minute. Where is our friend the dog? Quincy.
He's sitting right there.
Was that
Is
you?
this the dog?
Quincy looks all of you and just says, "What?"
There we are. Okay.
Burp will lick Quincy's ear.
Oh, hey, I didn't know you could talk to everyone.
Well, you never asked.
This is true. We did not ask.
I asked.
Oh,
Didn't Terry
sure
tell
I
you?
have.
We did ask, actually. I remember when we asked when Burp said the dog's talking.
Oh, right, yes. Okay.
You asked Burp. You didn't ask me.
This is true. Technicalities, but this is true. I remember now. Yes.
Also, I thought it was funny.
Fair enough.
This is just getting weirder.
So how... Well, I guess you could read if you know when the letters changed.
Also, I wasn't always a celestial dog.
What were you before?
A human.
Dog?
No, human. I was a human paladin of Joa.
Interesting. And how did you become changed to what you are today?
I died.
Ah, I understand. Completely. Maybe not completely, but much.
Terry
I would
filled
like-
me in on some of the details.
I would like to make a religion check about this.
Sure.
Burp would like to know. So, how do you come back as a dog?
Well,
14.
I didn't have a whole lot to do with it, to be honest. I died, and then there was Terry-ish, and they said, "Hey, you were an awesome servant of Joa. Would you like to be an awesome servant for me? I've kind of inherited the role, so to speak." And I said, "Sure, why not? Sounds fun." And then I
Well-
was a dog with wings.
While they're doing the religion
So,
check, can I do
gotta
it?
ask Terrish.
What was that?
I didn't hear that all the way.
There were two things. There was Chris asking if he could
Yeah,
do something,
there's-
and then there was Burp asking something about Terrish.
Gotta ask Terrish. So you can come back as a dog if you die. Got it.
If there's something about you have to be a very devoted servant, it's sort of a reward type of thing. Also takes a lot of energy to do, and I
Small dog?
can't come back as a human ever. So there's no true resurrection or anything like that for me. I will always be a celestial being now.
Oh.
Pat the
Yep.
dog.
But being a dog is cool. I like it.
Scritchy the doggy.
The tail starts to wag. There's still some things I'm getting used to, though. By the
Flying.
way, Ryan, with the 14 religion check, this does not reveal much more than Quincy has just shared with you. Apparently, while most angels are just created from the will of the deity that makes them, there are some celestial beings that are created from the souls of the departed, if they are fervent enough followers. At the same time, not unlike and very different from lawful evil people who go to the 9 hells and are turned into demons. Well, devils, not demons. And oh no, Burp has plans. This is, what have I done? It's glorious, but what have I done? By the way, we've been playing for just over an hour. What do you say we take a short break, and when we come back, there will be something else happening.
Yay!
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, I could use a quick break.
And we're back. And you're all just sort of staring at Quincy, who has revealed the thing that technically I had revealed to you before, but no one bothered to look when I shared the stats for Celestial Doggo with the entire party. And it said, languages. Can understand Common and is telepathic. It was right there on the character sheet. But no matter. So
I have been trying very, very hard not to look up stats.
I looked at the stats, but Ryan doesn't know anything about any telepathic doggos.
And as the DM, I appreciate this. As the person behind the DM, this amuses me to no end. With that said, Quincy just looks at all of you and goes, so there's a reason why, clearly, this poor dwarf tried to hand you this book.
Pictures?
Possibly.
Does someone think we need to go to the library that's about?
Which is impossible at the moment, as far as we know, right?
So far as I've been told, yes.
Yeah, that'd be an issue.
So we are handed a book to a place we cannot go, but are supposed to go?
It's possible this book was brought over after this library was built. However, here's the thing. We know what this book is. We know what this book has inside of it. That's not the issue. It's possible that we don't have the other clues we need.
Okay.
So the answer isn't in the book. The answer is outside the book. We need to look for that.
Burp will examine the cover of the book, because that's on the outside.
I would also like to check the spine of the book.
Okay, you're being very literal, and I should have realized that.
Yep.
Buddha?
Literal. I was going to check the spine of the book beforehand, but yeah, no, it's fair.
Look, I'm just trying to come up with ideas here.
Yes.
Oh, that's the wrong book.
I don't suppose you can, ask the dwarf.
Not with what I have prepared, I'm afraid. And the only spell that I have that might be useful wouldn't have been useful.
Right, I forgot. Speak with the Dead is always prepared for knowledge clerics, not for twilight clerics.
And Revivify requires that they not have died of old age. However,
Fairness.
I'll tell you if they died of old age.
I know that they say died of old age. May not have. We don't really 100% know.
I have a thought. This is a book that details everything about Candlekeep Library. Everything about Candlekeep Library.
Well, at least everything in its construction.
Right.
Anything aftermarket wouldn't be included in the book, most likely.
Could someone use this book to become sufficiently familiar in order to teleport there?
Not with the walls down, but potentially, I think. Could I roll an Arcana
Break
check
in!
for that?
Well, you're the only one who could make that roll.
11?
Yeah, you don't know.
Aww.
Maybe? Is the best you're getting.
Anyway, if you can't speak with the dead, might I suggest speaking with the living?
That was my next thought, yes.
See, my main thing that kept me amused for a significant amount of time was you never asked anything about me to me. So my suggestion would be to speak to people and ask them things. The question is, what will you ask? I mean, a lot of you asked me if I was a good boy. I certainly am. But That wasn't the important question. Okay, it was an important question. It wasn't the important question. You get the idea.
Here's another important question. Since we know you can talk, what's your name rather than just good boy?
Burp already
Quincy, I
told you. It's
believe.
Quincy.
Quincy.
Quincy? Okay, I just wanted
That's
to
the
double
one,
check
yes.
to make sure.
Yeah,
I
because
wanted
Burp asked.
Quincy to tell us his name. Okay.
Yes, my name is in fact Quincy. That's what it was in life, and I didn't feel like changing it.
That's
Fair.
reasonable. Yes, of course.
Well,
And
he's
I do understand Thandrin's point. After all,
There is,
Burp is a
Another
goblin and may have
option.
just made up a name for you.
Hey.
but
No, not Burp as a goblin. Burp as a child and might have made up a name.
That too.
There's
Anyway,
overlap in
more
that Venn diagram.
more.
More the child, less the goblin.
Morley, you were saying.
I am not sure it's a good idea, but I might be able to animate the dead.
That is not a good idea.
That is not a good idea. Animate Dead does not allow us to
I
talk.
mean, you
The
could,
celestial
you cannot talk to
being
them
in the
this way.
room says it's not a good idea.
I have
Yeah,
never
it's
tried
a-
this before. I did not know you could not help them talk like this.
Animate
Okay.
Dead essentially just turns them into a zombie.
If you want a backup dancer, then that'll work. You don't want a backup dancer.
Okay, never mind.
But if you don't recast Animate Dead every single day, the zombie will just become like a crazy zombie.
No one teaches me these things. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, you need a better
Yeah.
patron.
Who is your patron, by the way?
Let's not talk about this right now. More pressing things.
Sorry.
What's a patron?
Atier
not
in
of the
front
child.
of the aisle Che.
Maybe not in front of the child. Yeah, no.
Patron.
So,
What's a
keep
patron?
forgetting we have a child with us.
Exactly.
Patron. What's a patron?
I'll tell you when you're older.
Okay, I'm older now.
We'll tell you
No,
when you're
no.
30.
I saw that coming.
We'll tell you when you're 30.
It's
I'll be dead when I'm 30. What's a patron?
I mean, with that attitude, you will be.
Yeah, exactly. Jeez.
it's like how clerics get their spell slots by worshipping a god, but there are more contracts involved, and it's not always with gods.
Not
And also, sometimes things go bad.
But it could be.
Very bad.
sometimes.
But it could be a patron. A god
said-
could be a patron.
We said we were never going to tell her this.
Yes, and here we are, you know.
A god could be a patron.
Look, over there, a distraction of some kind. A
Judah is
random
going to
librarian you
exercise
can ask
her-
questions to.
Yes, Zura is going to exercise her 18 wisdom and go ask questions of the librarian.
That's a contract.
Oh no.
It's when you drag
complicated.
things together.
Oh, no. Don't give wrong information. That's worse than giving no information.
Worse.
You have
If
to drag
you want
god
a sitcom level of chaos, which the DM is here for.
I mean, I guess we technically did
We
kind of drag
did
a-
sort of do this, yes. It was
That's literally
strange.
what contract means.
Burp will ask Quincy what a contract is, quietly,
Don't
so that
tell
other
her.
people can ask other questions of other people.
Quincy gives an answer that is not unlike Ask Your Mother, except Burp's mom isn't here. So basically it's redirecting to any of the party members who is least likely to give answers, which
Burp
is the
is
equivalent of saying
suspicious.
Ask Your Mother.
Burp is suspicious.
Yeah. Right now, I think the going strategy is to tell Burp that Ryan would be a good person to ask these questions to.
Burp will wait till Ryan isn't busy.
Ryan is finding other people to ask questions of.
Okay, so at this point, the main person in robes that you see nearby happens to be a half-elf with a broom. They are using the broom appropriately. Burp may or may not be disappointed to see that the broom is being used appropriately.
Sweeping up the blood.
There was no blood.
There was no
it was A
blood.
heart
He
attack.
just keeled over and was gone.
I know, I'm being silly.
No more. Oh, okay.
Also, everyone knows you use a mop for that.
Sweeping up the books.
Not yet. Because Burp hasn't gotten it into her head to start climbing the bookshelf yet.
Oh,
Oh,
that was a Meepo thing.
Only if there
Oh,
are
yeah, I
very
forgot about that.
tasty-looking books up there to lick.
oh no.
Also, out of character, we are out of the tornado warning and into a tornado watch.
Oh, good.
That's
There
better.
are no
Watch
additional.
tornadoes.
There are no additional funnels near Lansing.
Okay, good.
I always
Tornado
thought
Watch is
Tornado
better.
Watch. When I was younger, Tornado Watch always made me think that if I had a particular device strapped to my wrist, I could press a button, there'd be a little funnel that comes out. I was very wrong. I was very wrong.
Oh no.
By the way, the half-elf in question that I said was using a broom, you see a significant amount of hair that they're sweeping up. The hair conspicuously looks like the same color fur that Quincy has.
Oh,
Let me
we're gonna
that time of year, huh?
Prestidigitation.
We're going to get banned from this library.
Probably, yes. So let's
I'm
run what we
cleaning it
can before that happens.
I
I'm
am
cleaning it up. I'm cleaning it up.
not going to ask questions of the half-elf. I am going to go in search of a capital L librarian.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask questions of the half-elf. I bet if they're cleaning, they know stuff.
Okay. Well, this half-elf is wearing orange, like I said.
So their services division.
So, hello. Can I help you?
Before what happened, your coworker handed us this. Do you know what? Did he say anything about what he was doing with it?
Oh, well, we are allowed to read the books.
Oh.
We work here. Maybe he liked the book and thought you'd like. I don't know. But the orange robe means we're custodial staff.
Ryan, you're
We're not
scaring the
actually
custodian.
librarians. What's that?
I said, Ryan, you're scaring the custodians. Leave them alone.
I mean, it's not every day that this particular half-elf sees a walking armory that glitters come up and start asking questions.
Oh, sorry.
Probably true, yes.
After using magic to do his job for him.
I was trying to help.
Yes.
Sorry.
But it still means that he failed against an intimidation check that you did not make.
Great, I have a passive intimidation.
Yes, you do. You're a walking armory.
Just wait until Burp decides to climb up Ryan and sit on their backpack to, watch things over Ryan's head.
Also, this half-elf may or may not have a backstory. I've been busy. I had a few weeks.
Oh
Sure.
no.
True.
May I see the book?
Of course.
Oh, okay. And they actually, when you hand it over, their arms go down a few inches from the weight of the book. They weren't expecting it to be that heavy. No one expects it to be that heavy, to be honest. A dwarf had a heart attack carrying it, for crying out loud. Oh wow. I can put this back where it belongs, if you don't mind. I mean, unless you want to read it.
We may need to read it, I guess. But
Okay.
thanks for the offer.
Oh, okay. And they hand it back to you. So if there's nothing else, I'm gonna get back to my job now.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry for the bother, and thanks for
It's-
trying to help.
It's okay. It's okay. And they walk right out of the room. Anyone with a passive perception of 15 or higher realizes they left the broom behind.
They left the broom behind. Huh.
I have
Wait a
a
minute.
passive perception of 15.
So do I.
I'm trying to figure out what mine is. Perception.
I
Can't remember where to find that.
I can look it up for you. You have a passive perception of 10.
Of
You have a
10.
passive perception of 10.
Okay.
You are the
would
resident
notice.
cinnamon roll, not the resident perceiver of things.
Yeah. Okay.
I grabbed the broom.
I keep forgetting Ryan is proficient in perception.
Do you think he realized that he left his broom?
Didn't think I was that scary.
You seemed
you're-
a little bit intimidated, though.
You're a walking tank. You're scared of everyone.
I should take the broom back, huh?
No.
No? Lick broom?
Oh, no,
No,
you don't want to do
no.
that.
But Ryan is right. They're scary, but they're not that scary. That was a bit much.
How did he move so quickly with such a heavy book? I mean, at first he almost...
No, he handed the book back.
Oh, he handed the book back. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Ryan
So
said that they
he's-
might need it, so
Okay,
he handed
got
the
it.
book back.
I missed that part. Okay.
Swear to God, if it's a broom. Can I look at the broom and inspect it?
It is a broom.
It's just a broom.
If you roll a nat 20, I'm going to say it's a halfway decent quality broom.
But is there a smell on it that can be tracked by Quincy?
I mean, it smells like the library.
But does it smell like the half-elf?
Oh,
Well,
wait, tracking.
probably. The half-elf was apparently sweating all over it.
Do we have?
Can we find it?
Do we have an
Well,
actual tracker?
yes, also, we could just follow him. He just left.
We should follow him
All right.
Should?
and give his broom back.
Oh, yeah, we should.
Team Burp is heading off to follow the half-elf. Quincy takes the broom in his mouth like the world's largest
Jeez.
stick
Okay.
and goes to the
Okay.
door and does that thing that dogs do where they try to go through a door that is not as wide as the stick they're carrying.
Oops. Burp
Why?
will take the broom. Burp will come back to take the broom.
I never fell for that as a human. Why do I fall for that now? Also, why am I
Carrying in
talking
your
like
mouth.
there's a broom in my mouth when I'm going to talk through never mind. Okay, so Burp takes the broom from Quincy, and my headcanon goes into Burp is now riding Quincy at holding the broom as if it's a jousting tournament.
And I am following along behind.
Yes, but Zuda's not here.
Oh, no. Zuda is off looking for librarians.
I'm going to say that Zudo went looking for librarians by walking out of this room and then sees the best of celestial doggos being used as a mount while the goblin is adopting the role of a knight using a broom as a lance,
We're getting
heading
kicked
across
out
the
here.
courtyard.
Yeah, we're probably getting kicked out.
Ryan,
Yeah?
I didn't have anything to drink at the tavern, did I?
Would that make you hallucinate?
I'm just making sure.
A better question would be, did Burp or Quincy have anything to drink?
Porridge!
Can I go to where the dwarf came from and backpedal where he would have came from a little bit and just look around, see if I can
You
see
noticed him when he was already standing in the room. You don't know where he came from.
He was... Oh, okay.
Well, if Burp and Quincy and I assume the rest of the group are following the half-elf, then I can at least show them the way the half-elf went in the corridor.
You can definitely show them which way Burp and Quincy went.
Ryan is trailing along behind like a chaperone on a school trip.
Meanwhile, I walk
Like
out
a
the
chaperone
door.
on a school trip who's lost track of one child. And it's always that one child you didn't want to lose track of.
Dandrin walks out the room, stand next to Zura. I don't know them. If they get kicked out, they're not my problem.
Also, my headcanon is every time Ryan sees a tuft of fur somewhere on the ground, prestidigitation is just cast as an afterthought.
Yep.
Andrin, I am deeply envious of your ability to say that.
It's all about disconnecting yourself from everything you know.
Yes, but I have to keep them alive.
Yeah, that's a you problem.
I know. Let's see if we can find this half-elf. What do I need to roll?
I don't want to get kicked out of another library, Zuda.
Well, you don't need to roll much because if you're looking for the half-elf, you already have Quincy looking for the half-elf. Quincy has the ability to smell because doggo, and I've already made that roll. And Quincy is trackable by Rhine, who is keeping an eye out for tufts of fur and prestidigitating them. So what you need to do is track the walking armory, who we've established is not at all great at stealthiness.
And also
So-
track the goblin who is almost certainly going, wee!
Quietly, it's a library, and someone told Burp to shh.
Oh no, that's not the librarian. Shush.
Why don't
If you want to be a librarian, you got to master the shush. It's not.
Yes,
It's
Zuda,
There's probably
Sorry,
another
go on.
patron.
go on.
Oh my gosh, having a patron that's a librarian.
Zuda, do you happen to have sending prepared?
I have had sending prepared since I haven't used any of my spells.
I'm going to just double check over this list for the reason we came here. You send me if stuff hits the fan, okay?
Yes, of course.
Because I imagine we're getting kicked out of here pretty soon, so I want to make sure we get at least a little information beforehand.
That sounds like an excellent idea, and you seem like the person to do it.
As long as you can read the languages.
I can read quite a few languages, and
Okay. Good.
if needs be, I'll come find you. I'm going to start looking for the books that are here and don't require permission.
Okay. Unfortunately, that's a very small number, or fortunately, because it means fewer things to look for.
You know, I
There are
just
things
had
to
the
look for
thought.
in the very little time we're going to have you.
This library was founded by a kobold. I'm not sure you should be so sure that,
Yes,
Well-
but I had that conversation with the original, with the head librarian. You will be kicked out if you mess things up. So I know that
we will
it
be kicked out if we if we mess up the books. We have not messed up the books.
And we are not
Also-
allowed to build them into things either.
I'm counting it down.
Also, you've all decided to defend the head librarian of this branch with your lives. So there's that.
gonna make
By the
sure
way,
I get-
you know who's running into things right now? Burp. Give me a Constitution save. Again.
Because the corridor has gotten too short.
Oh no, you went out of the corridor. You were in the courtyard. You went across the courtyard to one of the towers in the inner wall. And with a 10, you are successfully knocked off of your mount. Because you were holding the broom in front of you like a lance, and the lance hit a door.
Door!
Oh no.
Well, get up and open the door.
Oh,
No,
this
you
is going
don't.
to be a problem. Oh,
No.
maybe not.
You get up,
Too small.
but the door does not appear to want to open.
Knock.
I knock. We said that at the same time.
Okay,
There's now
so
the,
you
the little goblin going knock at the bottom of the door, and Ryan knocks at the top, obviously.
Yes. The door does not respond.
Lick the door.
Well,
Oh, no, don't do this, child.
Press
No.